What's up? I'm Bryan. We're here at HiFi Buys today talking about the new line of Yamaha integrated amplifiers. All right, before we jump into these two units here, let's talk a little bit about Yamaha's history. Yamaha was the first company in history to release a product with HiFi in the name. It was their HiFi player, which was their best turntable at the time in 1954. Yamaha released their first integrated amplifier in 1972. So that's 52 years of research and development going into these beautiful integrated amplifiers. Another part of Yamaha's history that makes their product so interesting is that they're one of the only, and I believe the only, audio manufacturer that doesn't just make amplifiers and speakers. They actually make the instruments too, from grand pianos to basses to guitars. And in fact, if you go into almost any recording studio, you'll find a pair of Yamaha NS10 speakers as a reference for music recording and mixing. So it only makes sense that these guys know what they're doing when it comes to music reproduction. So that's a little history on Yamaha. Let's look at what we have here today. We have a representation of both lines of Yamaha's integrated amps. We have their networked streaming amps, the RN line, this is the R-N1000, and then their fully analog line, this is the A-S1200. So one nice thing about both the RN line and the AS line is that Yamaha has included phono preamps in every model. Now, the features of those preamps do change depending on the line, but suffice it to say is that you have the ability to play records on any of Yamaha's integrated amps. So the RN models, being their networked receivers, all of their RN models have MusicCast built in. That's Yamaha's streaming platform. So all of your favorite streaming services are available there. One of the nice things that Yamaha has included on their top two models, the RN1000 and the RN2000, is an HDMI eARC port. So now if you have your nice stereo system out in your living room and you've got your TV there, you can connect your TV to it, and that's going to enhance the sound of your movies and just general television watching. All right, now let's take a look at the AS series. This is Yamaha's fully analog line of integrated amplifiers. So there is no streaming built in, there is no digital apps, there's no room correction, just pure analog goodness. In the AS line, you've got a much bigger bank of capacitors to deliver power, as well as a nice giant toroidal transformer. So this thing's never starved for power and can deliver those big dynamic hits easily. In the AS line, you will find from the 301 to the 801 that they are equipped with DACs. Now, depending on where in the line you fall, the inputs to the DAC can change, but it's a nice ESS Sabre DAC. In the AS1200 to 3200 models, you lose the DAC, but what you do gain is a moving magnet or moving coil phono stage. The ability to select between moving magnet and moving coil cartridges is a pretty big deal. A lot of integrated amplifiers, even at higher costs, generally only give you a moving magnet phono stage. So stepping up to a moving coil cartridge gives you much greater detail generally, faster transients, better dynamics, just all sorts of vinyl goodness. So those are some of the differences between the two lines, but let's talk about some of the similarities. We really love the look of these integrated amplifiers. We love the fact that Yamaha's, hearkening back to the good old days of vintage analog hi-fi reproduction. Love these gorgeous knobs, very retro and vintage looking, and have a great feel to them. From the meters to the knobs, just great stuff. And the build quality is amazing too. You may notice on the AS1200, you've got these gorgeous black lacquered panels that just look amazing. I mean, it turns this piece into a work of art, really. And these VU meters, I mean, how could you not love VU meters? Everybody loves meters. A nice little feature they've added is the lights that backlight the meters are dimmable, and it's continuously dimmable, so you can select anywhere from off to full brightness. Another cool little difference is the way that these units display the volume. On the RN line, you'll notice your display tells you what the volume is and you get a cool little graphic. Now on the AS line, we really like this. You've got a motorized volume knob, you can see it going up there, which is really cool. And another cool little thing, and this one just, we just like, it just makes us smile, is the mute button. It's a momentary switch, and when you hit it, that volume knob actually turns and turns your music down. How cool is that? Yamaha's really built some masterpieces here. They, not too long ago, built a flagship separate preamp and amplifier. That set starts at $20,000. So what's cool about that is that all of the research and development and techniques that they developed for this $20,000 flagship separate has trickled down into these integrated amplifiers. So you're getting technology that is coming from Yamaha's top-of-the-line flagship HiFi system. Across these models, you get dual bottom chassis to help mitigate vibration, and you have their patented anti-resonant feet, which also help keep vibration out of these sensitive electronic parts. All the way through both of these lines as well, you've got Class AB amplification the whole way. None of this Class D or Class G. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but we love Class AB. And to be able to deliver this type of build quality and that type of amplification at the prices that they're offering these at, with the looks, it's a no-brainer. These things are great. So let's talk about the price of these two lines. The RN line starts at $300 and goes up to $4,000. And the AS line starts at about $300 and goes up to $8,000. And boy, take a look at that 8001. If you love these meters, those meters are gonna blow you away. All right, so that's the Yamaha integrated amplifiers. If you're interested in these beautiful Yamaha amplifiers and you're in the Atlanta area, come on down to HiFi Buys, take a look, take a listen. We'd love to have you in.